Some of the boys think you are a legend.
What did they say?
They say you were the queen of the dead.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Dun, 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 yeah.
I don't know where the song come from. It's just burned in my brain. That's all. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nursery Bully. I'm host Leroy, aka Mr. Monday Morning Raw, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Yankee Doodle.
Dandy. Yeah, and we are back with another episode. We're gonna jump into it. Light week, but we're gonna jump into it, see what we got. Oh, and shout out to our illustrious partner, the AI.
All hail the Doombots.
All hail the Doombots. Shout out to y'all that shared that Doombot, our Doombot meme we put in the group this week. Shout out to y'all that laughed at it, and the ones that didn't laugh at it. Stop taking shit so seriously, man. Stop jumping in the comments with the well, actually, he's a stop. You know? Anyway, can we start off with the podcast, Eli?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, can we start off with a fan favorite?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start with a fan favorite. We're gonna boost up this algorithm real quick because anytime we do this, the algorithms shoot up. Pun intended. You'll see what we're talking about. Hold up before we get into it. Hold on, what we got here. Is he here? He is here. Jacob, you are right on time. That's why I waited. Well, actually, Jake is the well actually guy, but Jake, that's okay. Jake, you're our well actually guy, so that's okay.
Yeah, you're the guy at the desk. No, the guy in the chair.
The guy in the chair, right? All right. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to start off with something that's a fan favorite. We're going to go here. So first thing we're going to talk about is Sydney Sweeney. Oh, don't worry. I brought pics.
Okay.
Yeah, I brought pictures. Okay.
And who is this now?
This is Sydney Sweeney, an actress of sorts. She has been complaining lately in the public because she has a large male fan base, and she doesn't understand why.
Oh,
it's one of the great mysteries. I don't know. I mean, now you're looking at us again. Okay, anyway. So the thing is, Eli, the reason I'm talking about this because I don't know how much you've been online, stuff like that, but there's been a lot of rumors going around saying that Spider-Man 4 is coming out, and she's going to be a Spider-Man 4 cast as the Black Cat. Now, I do want everybody to, the reason I'm talking about this is a bullshit rumor. It's not happening, or if it is happening, there's nothing been official saying it. There's nothing been official saying Spider-Man 4 is even being made. There's nothing official saying she's been cast as anything. There's no official rumor that they are making a Spider-Man that it's going to be attached to this. We don't know. This is just a thing that just every time I look at the internet, it's just been going out crazy. So, like I said, on this podcast, we don't do rumors normally, even though we're doing one now. The only reason I'm doing a rumor now, Eli, because I've been hearing the chatter about this, and I've been hearing one thing. Like I said, we got Sydney Sweeney, rumor playing Black Cat, but I don't know if you know this. She played in like another Spider-Man Sony movie, and people are saying, well, actually, how can she be Black Cat when she plays Spider-Woman in Madam Web? So canonically, it just doesn't seem feasible. And I have a workaround around that. My workaround? Shut the fuck up, nerds.
Deadpool.
No, just shut the fuck up. Let it go. Don't worry about it.
Deadpool fixed it all.
Look, do you want Sydney Sweeney as this or not? That's all you need to ask. Yeah. Don't worry about how does it make sense logically or canonically or canon-wise. Fuck that. Sydney Sweeney as this. Fuck logic.
But that ain't happening. But like you said, that ain't happening.
It ain't happening. But if it did happen, who the fuck cares why it's happening?
And if it does happen, and when it does happen, it's going to be Timothy Chalamet as the Black Cat. And if you complain about it, you're fucking sexist. Yeah.
Don't worry, Eli. We're gonna get to that later on. Oh well, if matter well connected. See, you're doing it. You're doing it, Jake. You're doing it. Don't do that, Jake. Don't do it. Just let it happen. All right, that's all I want to say. Oh, but that one I want to talk about, Eli. We're gonna go deeper with Sydney Sweeney.
All right.
Yeah, fuck all the nerd shit we're talking about Sydney Sweeney. The other day, Sydney Sweeney, since we're still on Sydney Sweeney, she posted the other day Instagram thirst trap. And it's not the Instagram thirst trap you think she normally posts. It was this. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's
okay. Now the thing is, okay, now before you say anything, Eli, yes, we know this is not Megan Thee Stallion. You know, we know it's not Monica Rambeau. You know, say what you want to about that Marvels movie. Hey, she was on point with costume. But you know, she's trying to show off that she's multi-talented.
Yeah, she makes the world a better place.
Nature is healing. You know, that's
yes. You know,
so
I enjoy watching nature too.
Right. So the thing is, people were saying like this is what we normally know Sydney Sweeney for, but she switched it up on us, suns out, buns out, stuff like that. And people were comparing this to Larry Bird playing left-handed, like he's not using his primary strength like that. So I just thought it was funny. But
the only thing I connected those two pictures was the ball.
Obviously, you know Larry Bird. Come on. Well, the point is Larry Bird's not left-handed. That he's only using basically. Let me go back to the picture.
Yeah, it's way more funny when you explain it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, I'm trying to say that Sydney Sweeney is only using 30% of her power in this pick. If that makes any sense to the anime folks out there.
Well, that's her bait and that's her bait and switch. That's her ruse, man. It's like it's like the Velociraptors in the Jurassic Park. You're looking at one thing, and bam, she hits you with the left. You know what I'm saying? That's her style.
Right. The Southpaw style. There you go.
Yeah. The ghost hook, the one you don't see coming.
That's what I watch your quality content. Yes, Jake, that's what you're here for. Don't worry, we're gonna get to comic books eventually. And that's when everybody leaves.
Yeah.
All right. No, this ain't the part where everybody leaves. Eli, you ready to get to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, so we saw a movie. We saw a movie. We did.
We did. We saw a movie.
We did. Not The Crow. Fuck that movie.
No.
We're not gonna see that. I know.
We saw another crappy remake.
Right. There's only so much we're taking a week. So, yeah. All right. So the movie we saw was The Killer. That's what we saw. I know people have no idea what we're talking about. The what? Yeah, The Killer. It's a John Woo movie back in the 1980s, which he remade for Peacock, and it dropped on Peacock this week, featuring an all-black cast. So it's The Killer, but it's bigger and blacker.
And in Paris.
Why in Paris? Anyway, but it is. So yeah. So the thing is, Eli, I'm gonna let you do this review.
Oh, great.
One, because you are the John Woo expert. That's why I didn't even call you and say, hey, Eli, check up on the John Woo Killer movie in the 1980s. Because, like, why would I do that? I know you already seen the movie. Death Taxes and Eli saw John Woo movie. So, and the other reason I'm going to stay out this review, because just in case if Natalie Manuel is one of the 6 listeners that we have on this podcast, I don't want to blow my chance for shit on a crappy movie. You know, so that's what let you do it.
Okay.
You know, now I understand that if you shit on crap, I know it's blowing your chances, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing.
No. If I shit on, I'm cock blocking you. You're fine. Guilty by association, man. Just like with Shia LaBeouf. You know,
it's gonna be like she go deep. No ass for either one of you.
Your friend's an asshole.
You're right. Oh man, what are we talking about? Just okay.
Somebody else's ass.
Yeah, okay. Eli, I'm gonna let you start off with what you thought about The Killer.
The Killer. Okay, The Killer, 2024, directed by John Woo.
Not 2023, directed by David Fincher from Netflix.
No. Yeah, this is John Woo, one of the legendary action directors of all time. Hong Kong cinema, you know, he remade his own movie, you know, for a modern audience.
I hate that word, but we're going to talk about that later on also.
We can talk about it. Okay. This movie, we've talked about this remake years ago. Because remember, it was supposed to have Lupita Nyong'o in it.
Was it? No. First of all, I don't remember any conversation about this, Eli.
Yeah, no, she was first rumored to be in it. You know,
I feel like she would have killed it in this. But anyway,
I'm sure she could have did it,
yeah.
But we went with old girl from Game of Thrones and
Fast and the Furious.
yeah.
And
So, and how I feel about this movie, this isn't a bad movie.
what? I'm
Let me
shocked.
finish.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this isn't a bad movie. If you do not compare it to the original and just go in with fresh eyes and watch it on its own merit as an action movie on a streaming service in 2024, it's totally fine. The thing is, it is impossible to separate this from the original because the original killer is a fucking classic.
Right.
It revolutionized action cinema. It created a genre. John Woo created an action genre called gun fu that you see in all
to this day.
You still see that to this day in all action movies. The very stylized gunfights, the shootouts. John Woo created this style of gunplay where he basically turned gunfights into sword fights, into kung fu wuxia style sword fights. Guns were basically swords in his movies. A lot of movement, a lot of grace and style to these shootouts. A lot of slow-mo action scenes on those critical action moments that you see Zack Snyder and The Matrix did. That he influenced all these action directors, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez with the Desperado movies, Lara Croft. Anytime you see anybody with the double-fisted pistols blasting, that's all from John Woo. He created a genre. John Wick, yes. John Wick. Yeah, Chow Yun-Fat was his muse. He was in all these John Woo movies where he's just blasting up fools with grace and style, with all those very graceful swing. It was always like they're always swinging their arms and bringing the guns up and blasting. Because in American cinema, you see the guy shoot the gun and cut. You see the next shot of the guy getting shot with the gun. So it's always two separate cuts. But in John Woo movies, you see the guy shooting the gun and the guy getting shot all in the same frame. And you also got to see the damage that the gun did. The blood bursting out of the dude, the damage of the environment, holes in the wall, the tables getting shot up, money flying in the air, all this kinetic energy to John Woo's style of action. It was like a ballet of blood and violence. And it influenced Hollywood. Eventually, he came over to Hollywood and made watered-down action movies like Hard Target and Face Off. I love Face Off.
Come on, man. Mission Impossible 2?
He made a Mission Impossible movie. Wind Talkers. He came over to Hollywood and started making American movies because everyone was biting his style anyways. So, so the killer, he evolved this style with a Better Tomorrow and Better Tomorrow 2, but the killer is where he perfected his cinematic style of action. And then you're like, how can you top the killer? And then Hard Boiled comes out, which is his masterpiece. Hard Boiled is his magnum opus, So
and
yeah.
So many movies got ripped off that.
Yeah. And again, Chow Yun-Fat with 245s blasting his way stylistically with grace and it was like he was choreographing a ballet or a dance routine only with guns and bullets and blood. It was like a poetry of violence. So The Killer was a monumental film that revolutionized the way action movies are shot and made. And John Woo decides to remake his movie in 2024 that goes directly to a streaming service. And the result is kind of a mediocre action flick.
Exactly what you expect on a streaming service.
Yeah, it's just a mediocre action flick. It's fine. There are some cool moments where you see that John Woo-esque style of filmmaking come out. There's some pretty cool action sequences that are fine. The plot is very similar to the original as far as the this assassin trying to, right a wrong and protect a witness, that's very similar to, Chow Yun-fat's, hitman with the heart of gold from the original Killer. So the same themes are there, same elements of the original Killer is in there, but just the action just isn't on par, even with today's standards. Like, because John Woo, he inspired the next wave of filmmakers, and you see the evolution of action filmmaking. Eventually, Desperado and Tarantino and Kick-Ass and all, the Kingsman movie, they led to The Raid, and that now you got these very violent, visceral fight scenes, which then paved the way for John Wick movies, which are very violent and brutal, and everybody's getting shot in the head. Everyone gets shot in the head point blank and stabbed in the face, and they're very violent. But John Wick is still, you can still see the John Woo influence in the John Wick movie. Like Keanu Reeves is basically Chow Yun-fat, in those movies. So you still see that influence in John Wick movies.
And those movies turned Chow Yun-fat into an international superstar.
Oh yeah. Everyone knows who Chow Yun-fat is. And eventually Chow Yun-fat came over to the U.S. and started making movies over here.
Right. And I do want to say, so when he came over here, The Replacement Killers is not a John Woo movie.
No, he produced
a lot. Right. But it was Antoine Fuqua actually.
Antoine Fuqua's first film. Like full-length feature.
Training Day, the Equalizer trilogy. So that was
what's his American Gangster.
Yeah.
So like I said, this movie, it's fine when you watch it on its own merits. It's just a mediocre, generic action flick. Has some cool moments, has some cool scenes, but it just isn't on par with like a John Wick. Because John Wick is now influenced. You have like Nobody and Bullet Train and you know what I mean, Kate. And, like the Deadpool movies. Even like that style of action, that stylized style of action. That's all traces back to John Wick.
Deadpool movie. The John Wick guys did the Deadpool movie. So
yeah. So it's it on its own merits. It's just okay. It's fine. But because the Killer is such a revolutionary film, a classic, it's impossible to separate it and impossible to compare it to the original. And the fact that John Woo did this is kind of sad in a way. I don't know. So that's how I kind of feel about it. Like I'm not trying to be biased. I'm trying to be objective while watching the whole thing, but it's just okay. Okay.
All right. Can I go? Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Eli, you shocked the hell out of me. That's why I wasn't expecting that. I really thought you were gonna come in here and say this movie was a crime to humanity. Tear new assholes, shit on it, burn it alive. I thought you go like take it and just like burn it right here on the podcast. But
it's very hard not to. Yes.
Yes, but that's why I was like, wait, he thought it was mediocre. I would expect that because that's what I got from it. That's what I was gonna come in here and say, that it wasn't a bad movie. It was just mediocre. It was very Netflixy. That's what you expect. Like I said, it was a free streaming movie. When you turn on a streaming movie, this is exactly what you expect from a streaming movie. A throwaway thing, a few fight scenes, cool, whatever, and you'll forget about it. It never even exists. Like I said, if this movie wasn't called The Killer and John Woo wasn't directing it and we didn't review his podcast, I would have completely forgotten this movie ever existed.
And it would have been fine. I probably would have minded it so much,
Yeah. And the thing is, like you said, like the action of it is kind of lackluster in this movie. Like if I didn't know who directed this movie and I just saw this on streaming, I would have thought, okay, it's a guy, and maybe it's a film student that's a fan of John Woo just remaking one of his movies. I never would have thought John Woo made this because like I said, it's lackluster. There's a few cool scenes, nothing compared to what was in The Killer.
Yeah.
Or anything he did. It isn't compared to Mission Impossible 2.
Or any of the movies today, like John Wick or Nobody or Bullet Train or
Right.
You know?
And I feel like that's what greenlit this movie because they got John Wick and they got Bush Train. Okay, let's make a female John Wick. I think what they're trying to do, let's make a female action movie because it does feel like they're trying to do that.
Atomic Blonde, like Atomic
Blonde, like
yeah,
those,
that's great. But like
what's
even that is
Peppermint?
this isn't even on par.
Yeah. It's not on par with that. Like we just talked about how Chow Yun-Fat became an international superstar with any of those movies, any John Wick movie, John Woo's movies. We can talk about Antonio Banderas with Desperado. We can talk about, even though Keanu Reeves already a superstar, he became even a bigger superstar with John Wick. So these action movies are propelling these superstars. Does this movie do that with Natalie Emmanuel? No, it does not. This does not propel her. Matter of fact, honestly, Eli, I think as much as I love her, and I know this is going to kill the millionth chance that I had with her, she sucked in this movie. I'm sorry. She did.
I ain't going that.
She did suck, but she was miscast. She did not give me badassery. She did not give me.
Yeah.
I did not.
And that's the thing. This was like everyone's hot in this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty. This is like everybody's pretty in this movie.
For instance, the guy in the movie, did he not feel like a discount Idris Elba?
Yeah, and like the signal now. Again, back to John Woo. John Woo sort of invented that frozen moment of the Mexican standoff where they both point the guns at their heads.
Right.
That's in like almost every John Woo movie.
Yeah.
Hardboiled, The Killer, Once a Thief, ABT, Better Tomorrow. They're all where they both protagonists point the guns at their head and they have a conversation. Mm-hmm. That's in this movie too. Oh yeah. But these two look bored as fuck. There was like no tension. There's no
badassery in it. They don't.
Yeah.
Now, Eli, if you don't know who that guy is, he was Bishop in X-Men. So that's all. That's the only thing I've seen. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Now I'll be honest with you. I wasn't too hot on Natalie Emmanuel, but that guy, I thought he had something. I thought there was something there with that guy. Even honestly, I think even if he actually could speak English, and he came over here, I think he'd be a big thing. It's just his French accent is a little bit too thick. Because think about Idris Elba for a second. Now, Idris Elba, for 10 years, we didn't even know he was British. Like, we just thought he was just some guy from New York or something like that. But he turned out he started speaking British in one of those movies. We're like, wait, what the fuck? So I think it would have been a guy. And I'm calling him discount Idris Elba. That's like the most insult compliment you can give a guy. Like, you look like low rent Idris Elba. You still look like Idris Elba. I mean, shit. So it's still a good thing. So my thing is this: he was cool, and I think if he came over here, he'd be a big thing. Natalie Emmanuel, I know it's supposed to be your big breakout moment. This didn't do it. I see why they stuck this on streaming. Honestly, I think they might have. We might have put it on there if we had a big reaction, but they saw what it did. They're like, go to Peacock. Like instead of just making a big movie with it. But like I said, it's streaming, and his thing, Eli, you talking about the movie? I think the best action scenes in this movie were the ones they ripped off from the original movie.
Basically, yeah.
That's the thing. That's the one. You're like, that's from the old movie. That's from the old movie when she kicked the table and grabs the gun. That's from the old movie.
Yeah. The church shootout, the motorcycle scenes, yeah.
So it's like any inspiring thing where you perk like, oh, we got a good action scene, but you've already seen it, and it was done better back then. Yeah. Right. So that's why. So even like I said, but even for Netflix standards, Eli, I think it's a little bit a step under. I still don't think it's where it needs to be at, because I've seen some good Netflix action movies. This is a step down from that, even though it's not on Netflix, but still whatever like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's a few action scenes on there that if you watch them on YouTube, you'd be like, oh, that was cool. That was all right. That's about as good as I can give this movie. I wouldn't say go out and recommend it. I wouldn't even say bother wasting 2 hours to watch it on Peacock. Nah,
and that's the thing is like if you don't know who John Wick or John Woo is, and probably most of the kids born after 1990 probably don't, then don't fucking bother, because this is what's gonna happen. This is what gets on my nerves. These kids, they'll watch the remake, they'll like it, and then shit all over the original. It's better than the real. Like, fuck you. No, it's not. And that's what I can see a bunch of kids who never seen any John Woo movie watch this and say, oh, that was pretty good. And then watch the original, say, that's all right. They talked funny in that movie.
Okay, Jake, you about to get blocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna do
exactly.
it. Eli gonna do it.
Exactly. You don't know who the fuck John Woo is and shit.
Right.
You're voted off the island, no? You can't hang with those. You can't hang with the big dogs here.
Right.
You don't know who the fuck John Woo is. Like Wu-Tang.
Jake fucking with us because he know what
Yeah.
face off is.
But Wu-Tang,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang like sampled The Killer on the Purple tape. Raekwon's album, Cuban Links. There's The Killer sampled all over that. Where's my Killer tape? That's all over the fucking Wu-Tang albums and shit. So like The Killer was a highly influential movie on not only cinema, but on hip hop, you know?
Right.
You know, Quentin Tarantino references it in a bunch of movies. Like I loved like all John Woo movies. I'm a huge John Woo fan, but The Killer is okay. I gotta represent. Fuck it. I'm getting jumped on. Hey everybody, it's me.
Shit. Okay.
E-Dub in the house.
Warn me, man. Damn.
Yeah, E-Dub in the house. Here we go. I'm just like, here we go. This is my Killer tape. VHS, yo. The Killer.
VHS. Damn.
VHS.
OG baby.
DVD, son. Yo, here we go. Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. The Killer. Yeah. Here, look at
4K.
Chinese import.
Oh, I thought you
with deleted scenes. Taiwan, deleted scenes and shit. You know what I'm saying? I own like every version of this fucking movie.
The illegal version of it. Shit.
Yeah, you have no idea. Yeah, I got here's fucking Hard Boiled. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got like here ABT Part 2. You know, I got all the John Wick movies. You know, here's Face Off. You know what I'm saying?
You got Face Off. Where's Mission Impossible 2, Eli? Where's Mission Impossible 2?
Sorry, that's one I don't have.
You are not a completionist.
Yeah, but I got Once a Thief. You know, fucking Bullet in the Head. I got Red Cliffs 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? I got like this whole fucking row is all Hong Kong action. That's DVDs. You should see my VHS collection of Hong Kong. Like you have no idea how deep I go into Hong Kong action flicks. In fact, is that even here? Let me see. That might be. Let me check it out. Hold on. See, I'm yeah, comic book bullies. Well, I'm the Hong Kong bully tonight. Here. This book. Can you see it? Let's see.
Yeah.
Sex and Zen, Bullet in the Head. This is a guide to Hong Kong flicks. You know, I got this. Yeah, here, right here. Can you see that? Hong Kong action books. Like I read this shit. I read up on this shit. You know, that's how deep I go into like Hong Kong action and John Woo. So yeah, I didn't take this movie lightly, you know,
Okay.
and it was really hard not to compare it to the original. So
I really thought you were gonna like raise hell tonight.
no, I was just like, it's all right. You know, for the kid. It's for the kids. Baby stuff, Holmes. The kids.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
For the TikTok crowd.
Oh, Silent Night. You didn't see Silent Night?
I have not watched Silent Night yet. I missed it this past.
I think that's on Peacock.
Yeah.
I think it's on Peacock right now.
No, you're talking about Violent Night.
No, I'm talking about Silent Night. Or am I talking
Well,
about
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I missed it this past Christmas. I was gonna wait till this Christmas to watch it. But he did make that.
There, so
yeah, he made that Silent Night. It's like supposed to be dialogue free. I haven't seen it yet though.
The guy got shot in the throat, so he can't talk some shit. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. But I've heard actually Izzy, he said it sucks. So that's probably another reason.
Everybody said it sucks. Everybody watched it said it sucks. So I'm like,
yeah. So I haven't watched it yet, but I was gonna wait till the holiday season. So in a few months I'll check it out. But
okay.
But yeah, slap a score on it, man. Would you get?
Ooh. 2.5 out of 5. Sorry, that's what I think.
Yeah. I second that. 2.5 out of 5.
Because I think even by Netflix standard, it's below that. So it's
Like-
where it needs to be. And I'm not even comparing it to the. I went in fresh eye. Let's just watch what this is. Like just don't even pay attention to the name of it. Don't pay attention to the director. We'll just watch it. I was like I can't recommend it. This is one of the few movies I forgot to even write a review on before I jumped in. I was like, I have to talk about it when we get there. So,
well, that's the thing. If I don't like my unbiased opinion and not comparing it to the original, I would give it a 3 because it's just generic, but because it's impossible and The Killer is a fucking classic, I gotta go. You know, hey, and the fact that John Woo did this, yeah. I got to shave off a half a point. So I'm going to go with 2.5. Yeah.
Damn. How the mighty have fallen. All right.
Yeah.
Can we go to the next part of the podcast? Because this
Sure.
I'm staying out of. Wait, you know what? I might jump in this.
No,
We'll see how
man.
it goes.
You got probably more stronger opinions than I do.
I do. That's why I'm going to stay out of it.
That's why I want you to cook.
That's why I'm going to stay out of it. Shit. Anyway, let's jump into it, y'all. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the Acolyte. Now, the thing was, before all this bullshit happened, I was going to come on here and talk about the Acolyte, but the thing I was going to talk about the Acolyte was everybody stop talking about the Acolytes. That's what I was going to say, because everybody is still making videos and the Acolyte, shot my brother and it'll be fun. Like, fuck up, man.
Oh, did you sign the petition? You signed the petition.
It can't hurt you anymore. No, this is before I found out what Disney did. So for those that don't know, that got the news, Disney canceled the Acolyte. It's done. So the season 1 was done. They said that's it. So they canceled it. No season 2 going on. The show is done. That's it. We killed the show. We did it, Eli. Let's celebrate in the streets. Take an ice cream. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least that's what every other YouTube channel.
Yeah, check the mailbox for my Acolyte prize.
Right. Right. They celebrated thinking, we did it. You didn't do shit. Shut the fuck up. You know. So before that happened, I was going to tear everybody shut the fuck up. But when this happened, now everybody's back talking about the Acolyte. Acolyte is back in the news. Acolyte is back in the algorithm. I'm like, oh, shit. I don't want to talk about the Acolyte. But shout out to everybody that did, because I will say I did this. I forgot to load this up. I'm gonna load it up now. I did a fan poll on our fan page. If I can find it, I don't know if I can find it.
We got fans?
We don't. Oh, well, I just put it on a fan page, but I think random people just came in how much we suck, and then we did it. Damn, I didn't get it. Anyway, fuck it. We voted on should Acolyte be canceled or should we get a season 2? It was close, but I think it was like 62 to 49 or some bullshit, whatever like that. Most people came in. It was close. It was closer than I expected it to be. I guess some people were upset the show got canceled or whatever. Here's my thing. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I'm the top fan. Other than Jake, yes, Jake is the top fan.
You're just a knickknack at this point. You're just you just come with the place.
Right, you're honorary bully, Jake. There you go. Yeah. We have knighted you. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is that you got a bunch of people bring the show back. Fuck these racists and these assholes that hate women. I think the people that want the show back are the people that didn't watch the show. That's what I think. I think.
Wow, that's.
I'm sorry. That's what I think, Eli. That's what I think, because people that don't watch the show are hearing. They're not hearing it's a bad show. They're just hearing that Star Wars fans hate women and we're racist, so that's why we want the show gone. So they just want the show back as a symbolic gesture.
The principle
of it, so they can not watch it. But here's the thing: the reason the show got canceled, the show did not get canceled because of racists or bigots or right-wing YouTubers, because nobody gives a fuck about YouTubers. Yes, I'm looking at the camera when I say that. I'm breaking the fourth wall. The reason I say that because they're just talking into the void, talking the crowd over like that. The point is, people didn't watch the show. That's what happened. It doesn't matter how many loud YouTubers are out there, how big they're on Twitter. People didn't watch the show. You can watch the Nielsen rating. I know I said on here, don't count Nielsen on there and stuff like that. But that whole Disney bullshit we talked about last week, Eli, I started looking into some stuff, and I realized that when you sign up to Disney Plus, you enroll in the Nielsen automatically.
Huh.
I didn't know that. It's on there. You can click off on it if you want, but by default, it's on. So Nielsen knows everything you watch on Disney.
Is this like some fucking that South Park episode where it's like the human centipede, where you like you unknowingly participated in a human centipede?
Like you don't know what you signed up for. That's the thing. So that's my thing. So when you look, so if we're taking the Nielsen rating seriously, this was the lowest rated show Star Wars Disney ever put out for Star Wars. Bottom line, when that happens, the show gets canceled. It doesn't matter racists and bigots and sexist. And
I heard like the first 3 episodes were like had strong viewership, but after that it took a dive.
Right, and that's with every show. Every show, the first couple episodes is going to get the highest views. But yeah, like even the season finale, nobody watched it.
Yeah.
So when that happens, they're like, "Why are we going to keep the show going?" It didn't matter the politics, anything like that, your show gets canceled when that happens.
And this is one of the most expensive Star Wars shows ever made. Like,
well, actually, I think Andor was like twice as high as this.
Yeah, but this was pretty expensive. And
also, yeah,
and it doesn't look like it.
And that's the problem. It looks like a TV show. Like, where did the money go?
Yeah,
Hookers and cocaine. Come on, man. Where's it on the screen? So where Andor looks like the money is on there, Andor did number stuff like that. Meanwhile, this is still one of the most expensive shows, and it's at the bottom of the list. So it's like they're not recouping their money. So we can complain all you want to, and you can make changes, and you can make that change.org and petition all shit like that. Stop making petitions. If you want a show to stay on TV, watch the show. Petitions don't do shit. Watch the show. That's all that happens. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is that this should not shock anybody. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we weren't fans of the show. We didn't like shit all over it like everyone else did.
I did,
but well, in the end, you did. But we were on board for the most part. We didn't like totally hate it, but it was not a good show, and it's not. Don't pull the woke shit with me, motherfuckers, because I watched all 7 seasons of Riverdale, so you ain't got shit on me. So anyway,
that redhead girl with that ass. Don't play that with me, Eli.
I came for her and I stayed for the drama. Yes. but yeah, I mean, I didn't give a shit that there was witches. I didn't give a shit that but the thing is, or that the Jedi were being, criticized. I've seen it done better in comics and other shows, so like none of that shit that everyone's complaining about. Like, no, I don't care that there's women in it. I love Rey. I think Rey's awesome. Princess Leia is the baddest of all asses. I don't, that ain't why. I've seen it done better. I've seen witches done better. The Night Sisters are way cooler than these witches in this show. It's like, it's just wasn't that good, So, and yeah, like you said before, all the woke, the woke fucking virtue signaling, that's just an excuse to not critique the art.
Right. Because anything we say about it now, we're racist and we hate women and all this shit like that.
Yeah,
so,
which is bullshit. Yeah, right. No, you get your identity politics out of criticizing art. I know you think it makes you sound smart, but it makes you sound the opposite. You sound stupider when you bring your politics into critiquing of art.
Right.
Oh, there wasn't enough women in this movie, so I don't like it.
Like, you sound like an asshole. That's why nobody's taking your opinion seriously. Yeah, you can say that shit on this YouTube echo chamber. You say that shit outside there, you sound like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like
what? Oh yeah, well, Rocky movies are racist against black people. Right. He lost the first movie. The first movie he lost. Like, like the fuck you talking about? Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't that good, and yeah, that's all I got to say.
That's all I got to say. Can we move on? Can we never talk about this show again? I think
let's not.
I'm fine talking about any other Star Wars coming out. We got stuff coming out of the pipeline. They're saying Andor 2 season coming out. They're saying it's supposed to be even better than the second one.
Skeleton Crew, which I think looks fun as hell.
Yeah. Point is, we got other stuff down the pipeline. I'm ready to talk about that. So yeah, let's move on past that.
Yeah.
Can we talk about something that gets me excited now?
Let's do that.
Okay, finally, because we've been it's been a rough show, y'all. I appreciate everybody listening, but it's been a rough show for me so far. But now things are about to perk up, because now we're gonna talk about the Vidja gang section. Okay, so like I said, Eli, there are 206 bodies, 206 bones in the human body, but it's 207 when I watch this. So yes.
Oh, is that Fatal Fury, dude?
Yes. Fatal Fury 4 is Terry Bogard. Terry Bogard, yes, from Fatal Fury, SNK, King of Fighters like that. He is the first crossover character coming to Street Fighter 6, or Street Fighter period. He's here now. And I watched, I was like, oh shit, I need it. I want it. Give it to me. But it's not coming out till like fall.
Oh,
but here's the thing, Eli.
That's a couple months, dude. That's not long.
I can't wait that long. No. And see, the thing is, when they gave me this Terry Bogard in there, and now they're saying Mai Shiranori, another character from Fatal Fury, is coming out in winter next year. I'm like, no. You can't tease me like this. If you're gonna give me this, I want the whole thing. Give me all. I want it all. I want all the SNA character, King of Fighter characters. Bring them all. What's that dude? Joe, the other Bogard brother. Give me him. Give me Billy Kane, Geese Howard. I want to give me all of that. Don't tease me with this shit. Don't give me one and leave it alone. I want all of them.
You know what that means?
What's that mean?
That means they're not dropping the price on Street Fighter for a long time.
Eli, I'd pay for it. I will pay for it.
I'm just saying, I haven't bought the new Street Fighter because I'm waiting for them to drop the price. But they keep coming out with all this DLC shit. Like, man, I'm gonna spend like $100 on this fucking game.
And then drop price on the DLC characters either. So yeah, you're gonna pay out the ass through that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even got M Bison yet because I'm like, damn, can I wait on the price to drop or some shit?
M Bison don't come with the game?
No, they just dropped them out like a few weeks ago.
See, this is why. This is why I just downloaded the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter on my Switch for $10.
Okay.
$10. I get 12 of the like 1, 2, and 3 Alpha, Third Strike, Super. You know, yeah, $10.
That's some good Street Fighter right there. So yeah, you got your money's worth from there.
Yeah.
So that's all my thing. They teasing me to give me a little bit, but basically I want Capcom versus SNK 3. That's what I want. But they tease me, they're not going to give it to me. That's what I want. But Terry Bogard comes out. I'm ready for it. It's cool. All right. So move on to the next part of the podcast.
Sure.
Okay. Like I said, it's Comic Book Bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're going to jump into it. And Eli, we have a mess right here because I don't know where to start and where to go. I don't know what to start.
It was a big week, man.
It was a big week. I'm gonna let you take one of my books.
Am I?
Yeah.
What am I taking?
Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
You can do that. Okay. Take that off my plate. Take it off my plate. It's okay. Or whatever you want to start with. I don't care. It's on you.
Well, what else did you read? Did you read Superman?
I read Superman. Yes.
Well, you can do that. You're the Superman guy.
You read Superman?
I did. The new one?
Yeah. Okay.
The Absolute Power tie-in.
Okay, cool. Hey, all y'all, come back to our YouTube channel tomorrow because the House of Brainiac review is done. It's an hour long. It's just me and Eli talking about Superman for an hour. You love it. You'll be right at home. So,
Okay. I'm just waiting for this fucking Comixology to load.
It is a piece of shit.
Okay, Wolvie's Revenge. Okay, yes, this was a big deal.
Yeah.
This is Jonathan Hickman, your boy.
My boy.
Jonathan Hickman writing a Wolverine story drawn by my boy, Greg Capullo.
He my boy too. He my boy
too. Yeah, our boys. Hickman and Capullo. Yeah. Together again, or were they ever together? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's the first time they've been
maybe together. This is the first time they've ever been together.
So it's a big deal, yeah.
So yeah, this is one of the greatest writers and one of the greatest artists on a Wolverine book.
On one of the greatest characters. I don't give a fuck.
On one of the greatest characters.
He's everybody's favorite X-Men. Stop with those weird ass answers. Wolverine is your favorite. So
yeah. Cyclops is nobody's favorite. So.
Right. You like Cyclops, you're a cop. So yeah.
Yeah. This is just like obviously some sort of non-canonical book. It's not connected to anything going on right now. But
I've heard some people complain about that, but I like that. Just do what you want to do.
Yeah, let's just write a cool story. We don't give a shit. It doesn't. Who cares? You know. So basically, Asteroid M fell back to Earth.
Yeah.
And killed Magneto, but when he died, it triggered like a big ass EMP that like killed most of the power on Earth. Mm-hmm. You know. But Wolverine don't know anything about this because he's chilling in the Savage Land. So he's in the Savage Land, like hunting dinosaurs and shit. You know,
taking a vacation. So
yeah, he's just chilling. You know, riding a Triceratops. These tribesmen are like, "Hey, there's something in those woods, and it ain't no man." And there's whatever. Don't be scared. You know. And then it turns out to be like a fucking T-Rex comes out and eats the fucking his Triceratops, and then now we got Wolverine versus a T-Rex. And he just like cuts the shit out of him and jumps in his mouth and like stabs the shit out of the T-Rex and shit. Now, I didn't find this out till after I bought this, but there's a red band version of this book.
I didn't realize that either. Yeah, there's red band. Now, honestly, I thought this was there. Apparently, the red band is even great. I don't know how the red band can outdo this. I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is fine, but I did see some of the panels. He totally disembowels the T-Rex, and like all kinds of guts and body parts and severed heads come spilling out onto Wolverine.
Oh, damn, I want to see that.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's fighting the T-Rex, and then all of a sudden the T-Rex gets shot in the head. And it's Nick Fury. And some
Nick Fury.
White Nick Fury. Nick Fury.
See, Disney, I mean, Marvel got to quit doing this shit. I'm just saying, like, pick a Nick Fury. Because that shit be confused me. I'm like, oh shit, he's white. You know, I don't know where to go with this.
Yeah, because you like at first glance, I'm like, is that Reed? Oh, wait a second. No, it's Nick, the eye patch. You know,
right.
You know, so yeah, so Nick Fury, he's got some shield agents. He's like, hey, Wolverine, we need your help. There's no power on Earth. Asteroid M fell, blah, 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 blah. He basically explains to him what happened. He's like, America needs you. He's like, fuck off, I'm Canadian. Well, same shit. You know, the world's out of power. Billions of lives are at stake. We need your help to put the power back. You know,
and he also tells them that Canada was wiped off the map anyway, because that's where Asteroid M landed in Canada. Yeah.
So he takes him to there's only like 4 shield or helicarriers left.
3 of them, yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4. And he's explaining to him, okay, there's like this contraption. In like Russia or somewhere, and it can like basically restore the power. And what's his name? Mastermind created it. He's got a bunch of mutants there, kind of a mutant crew protecting him. We need you to go and help us get it out. And we got a team, and the team is Captain America, Winter Soldier, was it Maria Hill, fuck's his name, Dugan or whatever the fuck.
Dugan. Yeah. And Clay Quartermain. Don't forget about Clay Quartermain.
Oh yeah, that dude. And him. It's like, we need you to go and go retrieve this thing, and we'll restore power. So yeah, so they all each of them gets in a helicarrier, and they're flying, and they're right about to get to the place, and then all of a sudden one of the helicarrier blows up, and it turns out Mastermind, is he controlling Quartermain's?
Yeah, he's controlling. Yeah, he had in Quartermain's mind. So
yeah, and he gets him to start like taking out all the helicarriers. You know, kills all the helicarriers. So Cap, Bucky, Wolverine, and a few shield agents jump out of their helicarrier at the last minute.
And I don't think Nick Fury was with them. I think Nick Fury went down with the helicarrier.
Oh yeah, I just now noticed that
because I didn't see him for the rest of the book. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't see him there either. Oh, yeah. Well. Oh, well. Okay. So, yeah, so they parachute down and say, okay, there's the base. Let's go. So they're all going through, and then all of a sudden they all start getting picked off by enemies. Deadpool comes out and shanks one of them. Omega Red kills somebody. And then Sabretooth comes and starts fucking people up. Oh, yeah, then, Captain America is like snowboarding on a shield. I thought that was fun.
Which I thought that was pretty cool. I like that.
But they all get captured by Sabretooth, Omega Red, and Deadpool, and they're like, yo, we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to steal our shit, but we ain't having it. We're gonna take you as prisoners. So they take Cap, Bucky, and Wolverine as prisoners, and then basically Mastermind's like, yeah, you Americans, you're trying to steal our shit and restore, your power, and well, that's no more. The West is fallen. The East now rules, Mother Russia, all that shit, preaching all that good shit. Now we're gonna let you go. We planted bombs inside you, and you say, how the fuck did they get a bomb inside Wolverine? Well, I guess they took some of Omega Red's DNA and slowed
it slows his healing factor down.
Yeah, slowed his healing factor down just enough for them to get a bomb inside Wolverine's chest. Says, okay, now go back and you tell America to fuck off and shield the fuck off. This is where the power stays here in Russia, basically.
Oh, and don't forget, Colossus is with him now.
Oh yeah, Colossus is Russian. So yeah, Colossus is like talking and all that shit too. So they go, they let them loose. Wolverine's saying, yeah, I'm not going. You guys go back and tell everybody what's going on, but I'm going to stay and fuck these motherfuckers up. So Cap and Bucky, they go running off, and then Deadpool pushes the button and blows them up. So Cap and Bucky get blown up, you know, and then Wolverine's like, you motherfuckers. And he's like he's trying to like stab himself, trying to claw the bomb out of his chest. But then Deadpool just presses the button and blows up Wolverine. And like, okay, yeah, that was fun. And they're laughing, or Deadpool's laughing. And it's like, yes, see, yeah, the West has fallen. The East now rules the world. We will restore power to Mother Russia, blah, 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 blah. And then, but meanwhile, Wolverine's healing factor's kicking in, and he's slowly starting to form back up, and it says to be continued. So that's where it ends, and Wolverine's about to get his revenge. Mm-hmm. And I thought this was fine. I mean, that's the thing. It's an okay story, but you're not here for the plot. You're here for the art. You're here to watch Greg Capullo draw Wolverine fucking up motherfuckers.
Right.
You know, and on that note, it's fine. It's cool. You know, the art is dope. You know, it's a fine story. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking.
It's a revenge story. I mean, you can't get simpler than that. Yeah.
It's an excuse to have Wolverine fuck people up.
Right.
And the art is dope. And that's the only reason why. And so on that note, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I thought this was fine.
I agree. I mean, we got to remember this is also the start of this book. Also, it's the first issue, so I'm pretty sure it's going to ramp up and go to go. Especially start chopping up people. I'm glad that they had Deadpool as a villain. Yeah. Some people have forgotten that Deadpool was a villain when he started off in the 90s.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Hickman didn't overwrite him and try to have him
all that funny shit,
wisecracks and shit. No, he didn't say. Yeah, Deadpool didn't say a lot in this issue.
Yeah. He felt like Liefeld's Deadpool, if anything else, you know, like the original how he was back then.
Yeah. So, yeah. So no, I thought this was fine. It was fine. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's just dumb, stupid fun. You know. Yeah. I would have took this over Blood Hunt as a summer blockbuster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was fine. You know. So yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. All right. So next one I'm gonna do. I should have asked you about this. I don't even know if you saw this or you read this or not. Ultimate Spider-Man.
I did read this. Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna just briefly talk about this shit because honestly, a whole lot didn't even happen in this book.
Yeah, it was a lot of talking.
It was a lot of talk and a lot of build up, a lot of where we're going with this. Let's just get through it. Let's just fly through this shit. What happened was Spider-Man and Green Goblin meet Tony Stark. Because and it's his kid's birthday. So yeah. They meet Tony Stark, and basically he's telling him, like, why are you doing that? And he's basically telling him that Peter is special because on the Maker's list, he was like #1 guy you got to take out like that. And Green Goblin, well, what was I on the list? Like, you went on the list. Like, why do you have my shit anyway? You know, but he just let him have it. He was like, well, I'll tell you what, as long as you stick around with Spider-Man, you can learn something. And he just flies off and shit like that. So that whole thing you're talking about, how they're getting more and more beef between them or rift between them, it's definitely building now. Especially when you realize it's Peter's the chosen one and he's just a nobody. Next thing you know, they bowl in at the arcade. Little Easter egg right here. Arcade, the X-Men villain from the 80s. So yeah, just a little thing, whatever. Yeah. Dance Revolution, kids take pictures like that. But what really matters is that Kingpin is assembling the Sinister Six. He's putting them all together. So you got here, and basically saying that the Sinister Six are all members, well, they're leaders of their borough. Like Kingpin controls Manhattan. Boom. Okay. You got Mr. Negative controls Queens. Boom. Okay. You got the Black Cat controls Brooklyn. No, the Bronx. He controls the Bronx. Yeah. You got
and
Craven.
It's a male Black Cat. I told you.
For
Timothy Chalamet.
For now. No, have you seen the previews? Have you seen the previews?
No.
They got some shit coming.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Craven runs Staten Island. Yeah. What else we got here? Mysterio. Where Mysterio runs? What borough did I not name? I forgot.
Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Staten Island. The Bronx.
Bronx.
Named I-5.
Huh.
But there's 6, unless Long Island's in there or something.
Well, we hadn't got to the 6th guy yet, so it's the 5th guy.
Yeah, there's the Sinister Six.
Long
yeah.
Island. I think Long
Well,
Island.
Long Island isn't a borough, technically.
That's not a borough.
Yeah,
No. Okay, so you got Queens, Bronx. I didn't name Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island.
Let's throw Mysterio with Brooklyn. Okay, let's throw him over there. He may or may not be, but let's throw him in there. And then they say, well, what about the 6th member? Well, the 6th member is the most important borough because the real borough is the underground. Because we're down with the underground.
Yeah.
And who is it? Mole Man. Now, I was okay.
I
Mole
didn't
Man?
expect this. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that either. So yeah. And apparently they've been friends for like a while. I guess like Mole Man like helped Kingpin get to where he's at right now. Like his, you know, and you see like his people, Moloids, whatever the fuck they are, you know. They're there in the background. So yeah, so that's the Sinister Six. That's the team. And they get together and they're going to take out Spider-Man. They all got dossiers on them and shit like that. So yeah. To be continued. So that was a book. Also written by Hickman. So I think what this book is, I think he just gave me some bullshit, slice shit we really don't care about. Because I think next issue is going to be balls to the wall. Let's just smack Spider-Man around and shit. I think this is the calm before the storm. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's why I think this issue was kind of, you know, whatever. So yeah. Overall, 3 out of 5 because I still like the art on it. And even the talking scenes on it, I still enjoy them, but I don't feel like talking about them. That's all. All right. So back on you. Let me see what you got.
All right. I'll do Nightwing number 117.
Okay. Fall of Grayson.
Part 4. Yeah. This is part 4 in the Fallen Grayson storyline, the final story arc in Tom Taylor's Nightwing run. So this is the second to the last, the penultimate issue in his run. And yeah, it's getting a little sad. So this has Nightwing's been traumatized. He's afraid of heights. So he went on to, was it Nanda Parbat or whatever, to go train with Deadman to help him get over his fear of heights.
Because you said they knew each other.
Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah. Like he was, I guess before dude was Deadman, he was like knew Dick as a kid. So trained him as a kid. So that's it. That's what he's trying to get him to, you know, get over his fear of heights. He finally decides, okay, I got to just let myself fall. And he does. And then he goes back to Bloodhaven. And there, meanwhile, Bruce Wayne has taken up the Nightwing mantle and has been going on patrols. Batman as Nightwing. And that was kind of funny. It was only a couple of pages. But yeah, we had Bruce Wayne as Nightwing, kind of filling in for the time. But he gets back and basically tells, Oracle, like, yo, I'm back. And I put it all together. It turns out that Zuko wasn't trying, like, he killed his parents, but he wasn't trying to kill his parents. He thinks that Zuko was trying to kill him. Like, he meant to kill him. Race? Yeah. Wow. So, dun, 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 dun. And that's where the book ends. So
they don't get in detail like why he tried to kill like Dick Grayson specifically, or just
no,
I guess
not
that's
yet.
For down the road. Okay.
Not yet. Yeah. So yeah, like not a lot happened in this. It was just a lot of buildup. Yeah, we're setting up for the end, you know. So yeah, we got Dick back in Bloodhaven. I was at first I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see Bruce Wayne as Nightwing for a little more. But after seeing it, I'm like, I don't think I needed to.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. I'll give this a 3 out of 5. Like, not a lot happened. I'm still into this. Obviously, there's one more issue. I'm gonna finish it, and but yeah, this is basically it was just all set up. So you know, and Redondo on the art is still killing it. You know, so yeah, 3 out of 5.
Cool. Eli, you're gonna have to help me out with this book because I feel like I know a good bit about one character, but you're the expert in the other character. So some of the stuff are like, I don't know if you know what's going on. So let's just get to it. We're gonna talk about Predator versus Black Panther.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Predator versus Black Panther.
I'll be the Black Panther expert.
Exactly. And I'll be the Predator expert. Right. Oh yeah. So like I said, this has been a book that I thought for some reason it was coming out later. I would expect it to drop this week, but it's here. So
yeah, I was surprised. I was like, oh shit, like it was a big week. I'm like, damn, I gotta get that, and then I saw, oh shit. Oh, I gotta get this too now.
This week. I feel like I missed some this week too.
Yeah.
I don't know what I missed, but it was a bunch of stuff to drop. So let's go to it. Black Panther versus Predator. Let's go to it. Written by Benjamin Percy.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too.
And I mean, like 100 different artists. Like, what the fuck was that about? So,
yeah. like Benjamin Percy. Like he's been the Ghost Rider. Like, he's good with horror and monsters, and he's in Wolverine and X-Force. But yeah, I'm surprised they got him for this.
And he's writing the ultimate Black Panther, even though we fell off on that, but he's still.
I thought that was Brian Hill.
Oh shit, you're right. My fault. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so what do we got here? Okay, so we got Predators and Eli. What the hell is happening here?
Sorry, just taking a drink of water. So they're the Yautja. That's what the Predators are called, the alien species. There's two brothers. They're both from warring clans because they're all, the Predators are all about honor and hunting, and they're fighting for territory. They're both trying to appease their father, who's like a king. And the father favors one of them, the bigger one, who's bigger and stronger. And the other one is smaller, and he's also missing a leg. So he basically says, whoever wants my kingdom, well, you guys got to fight for it. So these two brothers have, their clans war against each other. Now, the thing that the father has a vibranium spear. So the spear, it says it's a very powerful spear that absorbs energy. So obviously it's vibranium. So the brothers have a war. The stronger brother basically wipes out almost the little brother's clan. So the little brother's like, okay, obviously he's stronger. He's got, I'm missing limbs and I need an advantage. I need to be smarter. I need to be intelligent in order to beat my stronger brother. So he's been using technology. At one point, he gets captured and he put like claws inside his arm, like Wolverine. So and escapes. And he had a ship hidden underneath a lake, and his few remaining soldiers. They decide, you know what? We're gonna go find. I need a weapon like my father. So that's made out of this weird material that's found on Earth. So I'm gonna go travel to Earth to get this material and create armor and weapons. And it's obviously vibranium. So they travel to Earth.
They can scan vibranium to know exactly.
They scan the universe for vibranium. They find a big bunch of it on Earth, and they're like, well, let's go there and go get that shit and make some weapons so I can kick my brother's ass. So they travel to Earth. And on Earth, where's the vibranium? On Wakanda.
Well, the largest portion of it, because they find some in New York, which obviously Cap Shield. They say Central America, which is Namor. But you got Wakanda, the vibranium mound. So
do you want me to keep going, or do you got it?
Yeah, you keep going. I'm enjoying this.
Okay, so meanwhile on Wakanda, what are they doing? They're having some sort of like training exercise where they gotta like a
war game. Yeah, like they're hunting Black Panther. Basically, the Dora Milaje versus the War Dogs. Yeah, whoever gets Black Panther first, gets something.
Gets ice cream or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they get work off for some shit, PTO time. I don't know, some shit, but so so they're having like this war game, and they're trying to find Black Panther. Hold on a sec. And then go to the next page. You go to the next page. I'm trying to I'll go to the next page. Okay.
My Kindle's being stupid.
Okay, no problem. I'm going there. Okay. Right. Black Panther. So he's there. Okay, so Black Panther is there. he already whooped the War Dog's ass. Like he took them out like it was nothing. So now he's going for the Dora Milaje's ass. But we pretty much take all of them out except for Okoye.
Dora Milaje's ass.
We keep talking about ass. That's the theme of this show. So Okoye is the last one. He's going one-on-one with Okoye. Okoye like, yeah, you talking all this shit when you got that suit on. He's like, man, the suit don't make the man. And then Shuri deactivates the suit because she hacks to his suit and deactivates. She's like, okay, go one-on-one with him if you that bad. So he goes 1-on-1 without the suit, still whoops her ass, you know. And then him and Shuri just run off somewhere and they go to the top of this waterfall and they meet this old guy, this old elder, elder, something like that. Basically telling, because what Shuri is trying to get her to do, what we're trying to do is like use your technology to help the world. Because the elder's telling him, like, I'm connected to the river, and the river's telling me that people up north, they're in a drought. People on the right, they get hit by famine and disease, and Wakanda can help them. And the child like, I ain't helping shit, because you help those people, that's leaving us open for an attack, you know. So yeah, and she's like, well, what if you help them? They may help you. Like, we're Wakanda, we don't need help, you know. Meanwhile, all this shit going on, that's when the Predators find Wakanda, because they've been scouring the universe for this shit. They find out exactly it, but they see the dome, like the invisible dome that comes with Wakanda, and even their ship isn't strong enough to break through it. However, their technology is good enough to hack into it. So they hack into it, and that's how they get on the inside of it. And
for those who don't know, the Predators, they can sense energy signatures. That's how they see. They see through heat, infrared. They can see light, you know, so they can see in different sort of energy signatures, and they can see the dome over Wakanda. So they know there's a shield. So.
Other people just flew right into it. So they're talking. I mean, while they're talking, T'Challa all the birds from the bottom just start flying out of a someone. So he knows, okay, something is not right. So he starts tracking the birds to see what the hell the birds are doing. Meanwhile, while he's tracking the birds, he's being tracked.
Yeah.
I know the theme song. Okay. And so he's tracking them, and then they started flying down. There's two of them. Like, that's not fair. It seemed more than them. Like whoever left in his clan is tracking T'Challa. So they're tracking them. They got him down there. They're all invisible. They're standing right on top of him. He don't see him.
Yeah.
Don't see him. Don't sense him. Nothing like that.
For those who don't know, the Predators have a cloaking device to appear invisible. So.
Right, but he can't even smell them or sense them, like nothing. Because even Arnold Schwarzenegger could sense them.
Well, they're above him, so he can't smell them because they're above him.
Okay, I let it go.
Yeah.
It's cool. But anyway, they got that beam on his forehead. So,
yeah,
and then bam, he gets headshot. You know, but like I said, he got a vibranium skull on, so it doesn't penetrate. But the impact still enough to ring his bell, so it's enough to knock his ass out. He's done. He falls, keep falling until he's done. Meanwhile, Shuri is about to like screw T'Challa. I'm gonna go help those people anyway. I'm gonna use our technology to other people. So she does that, and she's telling Mr. Control, I'm leaving, help me out. And they're like, okay, cool, Mr. Control. And while Mr. Control is giving her the okay, he gets stabbed because a Predator was standing right behind him.
Yeah, a Predator snuck his way into the fucking palace or whatever.
Yeah, and killed him. So yeah, so she's flying out there, and she realized, okay, hold up, something isn't right. So she flies back to see what's going on. She tells Mr. Control, open up for me while I go in there. And for some reason, she flies right into the dome because she thought the dome was going to open up, didn't open up. Plane gets destroyed. Is she dead?
Yeah.
I did. Who knows?
Because the Predators closed the shield.
Yeah, they closed the shield back up. She thought it was going to open up for her because she's the princess, but it didn't. Meanwhile, you got a whole bunch of Predators, got those beams on all the Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
To be continued.
So they got Wakanda sealed. No one can get it in or out, and Predators are running loose.
Yeah.
Inside the dome.
And so,
yeah,
I mean, it's a good sense. I mean, like, if you would expect what would a Black Panther versus Wakanda story to be, this what it would be. I mean, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Give me Predators trapped in a dome with Black Panther and the Dora Milaje and the War Dog. And plus, you can kill the War Dogs. I don't give a fuck about them. like go nuts with them. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like the Predator. It's cool to see like how Wakanda is going to use their tech against Predator tech. So that's what I like. That's what I found intriguing. I'm like, okay, I just want to see them fight. I want to see T'Challa versus the Predator whooping ass. But then I forgot, oh yeah, the Predator's got all this cool tech and they're using it. And it's cool to see how they infiltrated Wakanda, took it over and sealed it. And now it's their hunting preserve.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, all right. Now let's see what Black Panther and Wakanda's going to do against these motherfuckers. Now it's on. They're like, okay, now I want to see it. And I'm like, good job, Benjamin Percy. I didn't expect that.
Now, here's my thing. And I want to see where they go with it because they already kind of hinted at that T'Challa has an unfair advantage with the Black Panther vibranium suit. What happens if it malfunctions or some shit?
Yeah.
And now he got to go at them just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, shirtless T'Challa.
So yeah, it's cool. Like, no, I like the setup. I thought it was interesting, so I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, like I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Keep the story simple. Keep it like this. Let's go with it. But they need to get rid of that every artist a different page shit. That they stop that shit. That kind of threw me out of it. So yeah. Be more consistent with this. So yeah, because
the Wakanda shit was fine. It's just like the Predator planet was like super cluttered.
It was like, what the hell is going on here? There's too much shit going on. That's why it's like, man, Eli, you explain this shit. So
it was like, okay, I mean, it's fine, but like it was like, the layouts, they were like really cluttered and like
too busy, man. Come on now. When we got to Wakanda, it got a little bit better. But even in Wakanda, they had different artists for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see where we go next issue. So all right, I guess back on me. Hold on.
Well, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what we got here. Oh, there's not a crazy one. God bless you. Remember, God spent a lot of time on you and his beautiful art. God bless you too. XT Whack 2.
Good looking out.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate you for listening. Okay, I guess I'll be Eli. This is the last one I got. We're gonna do Superman 17.
I read this too. Yeah.
You read this also. This is a absolute power tie-in. But here's the thing, Eli. I'm not reading this for the absolute power bullshit. I'm actually reading this because it's Superman.
Zatanna?
Well, yeah, that too. but Superman dealing with magic, because we always say like that's his number one weakness. Superman hates magic, and now he has to. Basically, the whole story is about magic. So, let's see where we're gonna go with that. Let's go. Load it up. Okay, so book starts out. Boom. Oh yeah, Superman and Zatanna going through the darkness or some shit. Whatever. Okay. So book starts off with Superboy. Now that's why this shit is so confusing, Eli. Because the whole point of Crisis of Infinite Earths was to delete Superboy from existence. And here he is. Like, I don't know. I'm complaining too much. Anyway.
Because when it said Superboy, I thought of John.
Right.
Like,
no,
that's what I thought it was like. Yeah. I thought it because John is like Brainiac right now. So I thought at first I'm like, is this John? Is this John? But no, it wasn't. It was young Clark. So yeah, I know what you mean. No.
Yeah. So the whole thing, for people don't know, that there was a whole thing about Crisis. Now in Crisis, basically they said that Superman was Superboy back in Smallville, but when Crisis of Infinite hurt, they deleted that shit. It never happened. But here goes Joshua Williams saying that's back because it is.
Because fuck you, man.
Right, basically. Why? Because fuck them. That's why. All right.
Fuck your well actually. Take your well actuallys and stick it in your ass.
Right. Joshua Williams looking at me. Shut up, nerd. Anyway, so you got Superman and Zatanna. And look, Eli, her stockings have been ripped. Anyway.
Good eye, man. Good eye.
You know, I visualize shit. Like, you know how to spot that. So anyway.
Research. You're doing research.
See, we're not just all about ass, you know. So anyway, so Superman is basically reflecting on the shit that happened in Absolute Power 2. We just read, well, like I said, we had Cyborg, Super John, and the Force Shot just got blown up. So he's punched the wall, pissed off of what Amanda Waller did. And we forgot he was Superman because his knuckles are bleeding. She's like, dude, quit punching the wall. You fuck your knuckles up. She's like, okay, cool. So they're walking through the shed. They're like, once we get this MacGuffin called the Book of Mordru, then we got what we need to go at Waller. So they're basically going through the shadows like that. Meanwhile, I got the side plot with Waller looking for Lex Luthor because she doesn't know Lex Luthor is an idiot right now. So she's like, and she's mad at the Peacemakers. I don't know what the fuck going on. This, yeah. And Lex Luthor. I mean, I'm sorry. No, like Lois, like it's too many L's in super people.
Lex, Lona, Lois,
Lex,
Lana.
Lana, Lois, Lamar's. Okay, Lois Lane. Lois Lane is in a Lex Luthor suit. That's what I was trying to say. Okay.
Suffering succotash.
Right. Unique New York. But anyway, all right, so she's got there and she's trying to save Lex. And the funny thing about this, they trying to, because Lex has amnesia, trying to tell Lex that she thinks that you're this person, she thinks you're a threat. That's why she's trying to take you out. And Lex is like, well, this Lex Luthor he's telling me about, he sounds like he was a great guy. And looking like, huh? Like, well, anyway, you know, because they know Lex Luthor's kind of crazy. And then this we got Mercy shows up and she's like, Mr. Luthor? And she just hugs him and shit like that. She's like, do we know each other? You know, and because they haven't seen each other since the Brainiac bullshit. So yeah. So that plot's gone. Anyway, so we get Zatanna and Superman, and where have they ended up? They are at the Parliament of Trees. We ain't seen that in a while. Yeah, where Swamp Thing is at. They're trying to they're not trying to recruit Swamp Thing, but she left something in the Parliament of Trees. But if Swamp Thing is there, she's gonna recruit Swamp Thing. You know this thing. Meanwhile, you got these guys with Waller's troopers or whatever, like stormtroopers like that. They're burning down the Parliament of Trees. So don't expect any help from Swamp Thing anytime soon. Meanwhile, Superman being Superman, still whooping ass shit like that. Doesn't care he has powers, and Zatanna's just trying to say, look, don't worry about these guys. They're gonna keep coming. We got to get the thing we were coming here for. And the thing they came here for was a book from the Book of Fables. And basically it's a thing that would teleport her to the Oblivion Bar, which we've talked about before. I think we talked about in what's that shit? The metal shit, dark metal shit. I think they went there. Yeah. They went there then. They remember they didn't all suck. I think one of them was good. So yeah. Anyway, so they both say some magic bullshit and they teleport themselves to a living bar. Meanwhile, Waller's men burn the living bar, so ain't no coming back from that. So yeah, the book's done. And meanwhile, they open up and boom, they are in the Oblivion Bar. For those who know what the Oblivion Bar is, apparently, I don't even know what it is, but I think it's a place where the magic people just hang out and shit.
That's pretty much what I got out of it. Yeah,
pretty much what it is. So since Waller's fucking everybody up, stealing magic, stealing powers and shit, they're like, well, we should go hang out here and just avoid all that shit. So they're walking through there, and then everybody's looking at them crazy and shit like that, and boom, and you get some guy. If this is a guy, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. But anyway, Superman just bumps out because Superman, he's like, cowards, all of you are cowards. Everybody's down there risking their life trying to fight Waller, and you're up here getting drunk and shit, you still got your magic powers, but you could be helping us, but you're not helping us. And that's when Superman giving his big speech, and that's when you got that dude that was in the beginning. And according to his name, now if he's a thing, I don't know if he's a thing, but his name is, what was his name? Kid
Inferno? Something.
Kid Inferno. Kid Warlock. Oh
yeah. He looks like Tom Warrior from Celtic Frost.
Yeah. So he says, I guess you don't call yourself Kid Warlock anymore. He's like, he has to come as a Kid Warlock. Got to stay with the branding. But Superman, you're gonna get your ass out of here talking all this bullshit because you're saying all this shit about what we're doing. You're here too, running from the fight. So he puts his hand on Superman, get ready to bounce him out of the bar, you know, and Superman's just like, get your hands off me. They're like, oh, we're going to do this? Okay, let's do this. Because last time I whooped your ass, you had powers. You don't have powers now, and you still have a weakness to magic. So he does some magic bullshit, fire or false thing, you know, shit like that. And Superman dodges. He like, look, I'm sick of everybody saying I'm weak to magic. I got the same vulnerability to magic I always had. And then the dude gets ready to throw another spell, and Superman punches him in the throat. Since he punched him in the throat, he can't speak. And then Superman takes him, throws him across the room, and he's done. And then Superman goes,
Wingardium Leviosa.
Right. And Superman like, anybody else? Because the next words I want to hear better be, I can help. And that's what he hears. Okay, I can help. He's like, oh shit. So he like, y'all come on up here. Long time, Superman. So they decide to walk up to see what the hell is going on and who's up there, and they see the map of Mordru, the whole thing they've been looking for the whole time, the thing they need to change the fight against Waller. She's like, I got the map of Mordru right here. I've had it the whole time. But what are you going to do for me? And that's when we see it's Neron. Now, those who know who Neron is, I don't even know who Neron is. But I think
I wasn't sure. I was hoping it was going to be Constantine, but it wasn't.
I think they wanted you to think it's Constantine. I think it was a bait and switch. They want to. But Neron is basically the closest thing the DC has to the devil. Even though they have the devil, they have.
Well, who the fuck is
You probably
Who
about
the
to name
fuck is what's her face's dad?
Trigon.
Not
Okay,
Trigon.
He's the second closest thing they have to the devil, or sometimes the first. It depends on the story of who's writing the story, you know. But
There's
for
Mephisto,
now,
there's Mephisto and Mephatso. No.
right, Mephistopheles. Yeah. So for this purpose now, this is the devil. Even though they have Trigon, they have this guy, they have Lucifer, which was an underrated show. Good show, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I was watching Lucifer for a while.
Lucifer was a good show also. So they got all this shit. That's a DC show. If people don't know that. So anyway, he's there. He said, "I give you the map, but y'all got to do something for me." So to be continued. So this is Superman still dealing with magic bullshit. So that's why I'm reading this shit, because it's Superman dealing with magic bullshit. Because Superman usually tries to run from magic as fast as possible if they're just fighting. But now he's got no choice. So if they turn around and Superman learns magic and becomes the Sorcerer Supreme, I'm like, well, that'd be a turn, So
yeah,
cool. Any meets the devil, or one of the devils, or yeah. We've read a story with Neron. I think Neron was the guy. I think he was over. Wasn't he over with the big bad guy of Blackest Night?
That was a while ago. But
that was Necron.
Yeah, but that was a while. Like Blackest Night is like, I think before we were even doing this podcast.
It really was.
But like, I'm talking like recently. Yes, like recently, I feel like he showed up somewhere, and I can't remember.
They got so many devil dudes in DC.
That just seems to be going on right now. Like both, like DC and Marvel, like everything's like in the demons and the underworld, and
right.
Yeah, that's like what's going on. Well, maybe it's just because I'm reading Ghost Rider and Hellcat.
Yeah, the satanic.
It just feels like, but then Blood Hunt and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that shit and yeah. So that's the thing. So what is Neron gonna do with Superman and Zatanna? Guess we'll find out. I don't know. So yeah,
Superman's gonna have to play guitar against Robert Johnson or some shit.
Right. I don't know, some crazy shit. So anything I'm booked out. Anything else you got?
That's that's all my books. We both read the same books.
We both read the same book. That's a first.
Yeah. What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that? Because honestly, I didn't know how we were gonna divvy this up. I just started reading shit. Just like, I don't know what the fuck was gonna happen. We just figured this out when we get here. So yeah.
Yeah, I read Ultimate Spidey. I read same books as you did.
We read it all. So cool. All right. So next week, Eli, I think is next week Penguin.
Is it?
I think so. Don't quote me on that. No, it's not. It's not. No. Week after next week is Penguin.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
We've never talked about Kite Man yet.
Oh well, I'm gonna wait until it's finished. I think Eli, are you?
Last week, yo. That was last week's episode. Go watch it.
Jake, you missed out. You missed out. He went on a rant. He went
yeah, man.
Go listen to that, Jake. Go listen to that shit right now. Eli went on a rant on that shit. So yeah.
Yeah, go check it out. Yeah, I did cover Alien. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if you listen this long, if you like, share, subscribe. If you listen longer than 30 seconds, we appreciate you. Tomorrow, like I said, come back to the podcast or come back to YouTube tomorrow. I will have an hour-long House of Brainiac full complete review. Me, Eli, and AKA David knock that bad boy out.
Oh yeah, AKA David.
AKA David was on there also. Check that out. Listen to it. It's there. That's all I got. I don't know what we're gonna do next week because I thought, you know what? So now that I've done with that, I'm working on it for a while. I think I'm going back to streaming. You ever heard of Black Myth Wukong? That
game, there's like some like fucking like kung fu game or some shit.
Yeah, don't quote me to Eli. I might get it.
Okay.
If I get it, I'll stream it. I'll review it.
Cool.
We'll see.
Cool.
If nothing happens, I'll just do that. Just kind of like pastime, just knock a show out. So yeah. But yeah, check us out next week. We'll have some shit going on. Follow us. Check us out. Share shit. Like shit. Whatever. Do what the fuck you want to do. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel, and also die 1,000 deaths.